Hi, I'm Claire and this is SENDit.Brainsatwork. Welcome to our summer series. So because the school holidays are upon us, Steph and I are recording shorter solo episodes. We're looking at little bit bite-sized mythbusters to help us keep our sanity and to keep you company. So remember, if you like what you hear, please share the podcast, like it on your chosen platform, or leave us a review. These are just a few of the free things that you can do, but they help us reach other people that might benefit from our ramblings. Okay, so let's get stuck in, because today's myth hits really close to home for me. We're looking at the myth that neurodivergent people are bad at communicating. This is something I've been told before. I'm too blunt, I'm too direct. And as a result of being told all of these things, I started to believe it. So I got smaller and I talked less until I didn't really recognise myself anymore. And I know that many of you have felt that too, shrinking yourself to fit a communication style that wasn't built for you. But here's the truth. Neurodivergent communication is often clearer, it's more direct, it's more honest, and in all honesty, it's more efficient. It just doesn't always match neurotypical expectations. It turns out the issue isn't actually the communication, it's the translation. So let's look at the science bit. Neurotypical communication often leans on implied meaning. It's an implied tone, there's indirectness, and there's social cues. Then you look at your neurodivergent communication, and often that leans on clarity, precision, directness, and authenticity. Neither is superior, they're simply different communication styles. So a really practical example is, it's like speaking English to someone who speaks French. You're both great communicators. You just need a shared language, not a personality transplant. So places often treat neurotypical communication as a default. Anything outside that default gets labelled bad, even when it's actually clearer or more efficient. Miscommunication is usually a mismatch, it's not a failure, and it's this mismatch that's actually fixable. So we just need to stop blaming the communicator. It's not that neurodivergent people can't communicate, it's that the environment isn't built for multiple styles. So I want to do some reframing of your communication, because your communication is valid. Your communication style isn't flawed. It brings honesty, it brings clarity, logic, and creativity. So when you're working with someone, ask them what their communication preference is. Do they want headlines or do they want detail? Do they want direct or do they want gentle? And tell people on the flip side how you prefer to be communicated with. So on Teams, you have a status. On my status, I've included how I prefer to be communicated with, so people can immediately see it when they're on a Teams call with me or when they're writing a message. It's a tiny adjustment, but actually it helps that collaboration and it makes it smoother for everyone, because we already know from the outset how we want that communication to be. It's not about you changing yourself, it's about how you collaborate and you work with other people. So I've got a challenge for you. This week, I want you to notice a moment where you've communicated clearly in your own way, on your own terms. Screenshot it or jot it down, or just mentally give yourself a high five. Your communication isn't broken, it's brilliant, and it deserves to be recognised. Remember, difference isn't a deficit, it's diversity, and your voice belongs here. So thanks for listening to SENDit.Brainsatwork, and thank you for joining us on our summer series.
Podcast disclaimer: the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the hosts. We are not experts, specialists, or professionals, and nothing we discuss should be taken as advice. Our conversations are based around our own experiences, ideas, and perspectives. They are intended for general discussion and entertainment only. If you need guidance, support, or advice, whether professional, personal, medical, legal, financial, or otherwise, please seek help from a qualified professional. By listening to this podcast, you understand and agree that the hosts are not responsible for any actions you choose to take based on what you hear.